Alright lads, it's Example, and welcome back to another video. Lads, today's video is going to be one that I'm excited about actually, because I actually didn't think I'd make good tactics so early on in FIFA. It's something that, I don't know, I always struggle and I seem to always copy other people's, but this time around, because I wanted to make a video on it, I spent a lot more time kind of finding out what's good and what's bad and what I liked and what I didn't like. What I found out I didn't like was 4-3-3 holding, couldn't use it. And what I did like is 4-2-3-1. That would be my favorite formation thus far in the cycle. But there's a few others that are good that I might make tactics on. If the people that are watching this do want me to make them, do let me know. I like 4-1-2-1-2, 4-1-4-1. If you're winning is good, because you can just kind of, you know, chill out. But today we're going to go through 4-2-3-1. And I'm going to go into my team, show you guys my team, and then a good few clips of, you know, some certain aspects of how I scored some of the goals. Alright, so for the first one, let me see, we're going to go over to the Xbox, and I'm going to show you my team. Now, here we are. Now, this is an absolute unreal squad, alright? I get that. It is a nice squad. You probably don't have as nice of a squad, but there is a few things in the squad that I do want to show you. Other than my pack look, you know, a little untradeable Pogba, a little untradeable Varane. Yeah, it's gone good. And obviously I have him up there until I can afford Mbappe. Probably won't afford him for at least a week or two. But yeah, it's gone very well, boys. You know what I mean? We're storming through it. So obviously I play 4-2-3-1. We're going to go into my custom tactics really quickly, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk you through it. So what I start with is balanced. This is it, like, you know what I mean? What I like to do with this is, so 5 on defense, because it's so easy for teams this year to through ball through your center backs, either through your center backs or through your left back and center back, or your center back and right back. But if you keep it kind of nice and tight, they go down the lines and then they try and hopefully score that way. But it doesn't. It's not as successful as it would be, say, splitting your defense with a wide ball, which is what they always want to do. And then depth, I play 4 at the moment. You know, if you were, I'm getting better at defending, and that's why it's on 4. I think I did have it at 3 at one stage because I wasn't great at defending. I'm still not really great at defending, but 4 is what I've put it up to, and if I get even better at defending, I'll probably put it up to 5. But 4 is okay for now. If I wasn't as good at defending as I am, which you probably are, because, you know, I'm not great, but I'd probably drop it to 3, alright? So just kind of, you know, use your knowledge and how good you are at defending. If you're okay, 4. If you're not good, 3, maybe even 2, lads. It really depends. But then balanced up here as well, and because 4-2-3-1, I want to keep it nice and wide, so I use about, what's it, 7 width, and yeah, it just opens up a lot of space for your midfielders kind of to roam into, and you'll see in the clips anyway that all the space on the wings and stuff that I get. And then obviously players in box 5, because I like to have the guy at the edge just there of the semicircle within the 18-yard line box. And then 3 for corners. I love corners this year. I don't think I have any corner clips to show you, but definitely would say 3. And then free kicks, just 2. I usually shoot from free kicks anyway, so I don't know, I just leave it as 2, you know. And then we're going to get into the team setup, alright? So obviously actually what I do is this, and then I bring off Callum Mwendo for, who do I bring him off for? Promise at the moment. Now when the game is fully, or sorry, when I have Mbappe will be striker and Rashford will be Ram. And that's the way I'm going to set it up. The reasoning for having 2 5-star, I love to have 2 5-star skillers in the middle, alright? So Neymar and Rashford, because the Elastico is unbelievable this year. And it gives you a little speed boost, and because they're 5-star skills, they can do it left or right. It just gives quick exits on either side. So I really recommend getting 5-star skillers through the middle of the pitch, because it just gives you such an easy advantage straight away. You can kind of exit so many different ways and bamboozle defenses in so many different aspects. And then obviously Pogba, who I obviously got untradeable, plays CDM. He's pretty good. I did have Sissoko there, who was also good. So if you can't afford Pogba, you know, Sissoko's probably just as good. Other than corners, Pogba's good in corners. But Valverde, an absolute animal, absolute workhorse. And then obviously great lineup as well in the defense. So I did have Militao there instead of Varane, who was also very good. So if you couldn't afford Varane, just go with Militao. If you can't afford him, probably Mario Hermoso is very good. Now we're gonna get into the instructions, right? And we'll start at the back. So the usual, boys, stay back while attacking on fullbacks, especially with counters being so strong this year. I just completely recommend that. And then here, so you want to click cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center for both. Alright, because again, counters are so good this year. If you do want one of these to go forward, recommendedly Pogba, probably because he's more attacking than Valverde will be. I just press LB and A, set him off on a run, you know, but don't do it too often or else you will get caught out in defense. And then moving up into the middle so the middle attack and mid. So I kind of leave him on everything except for get into the box for cross, because as you will see in these clips, crossing, especially RB and X's, shout out to the FIFA analyst for kind of, you know, putting it on Twitter, showing everybody how to do it. At the same time, very sad that he did it because now everybody's going to use it. But yeah, no, it's good. And this is also what I just used: basic defense support, get into the box for crossing, everything else stays the same too. So yeah, I kind of like that as well. All right, and then the wingers or the attacking mids on left and right, I get into the box for cross and come back on defense. Now, I have a very solid midfield here, and they stay back while attacking. So my opponents tend to go down the wings, especially with my forward depth. They tend to go down the wings to, you know, penetrate my defense. So the best way to, you know, go against that would be for my wingers to come back on defense, so it gives them another person to beat when they are trying to break me down through the wings, because they can't get through my middle. I'm on low width and my center mids are always staying back, so their only option is the wings. So if I have these on come back on defense, that gives them an even less chance of scoring. All right, so it's the same for both. Come back on defense, get into the box for cross because of them RB and X crosses, but then come back on defense to stop the counter attacks down the wing. All right, and then the striker, don't touch him at all. He does what he wants, and you know what I mean. He kind of makes space. I kind of manually track the forward toward me or away from me down the wings. I kind of just, you know, once you have a good striker, you know, but you need a better cam. Cam is the most important position in this, in my opinion, and like, he is so good. Everybody knows that he's so good. He scores a lot more goals than Rashford would, but he gets a ton of more assists. I think in like 20 games he has 25 assists and 6 goals. Well, he has like 30 goals and 5 assists. So basically I just kind of send it to him and then let him run on. You will see clips of this in the video. So I'm going to get into the gameplay now and we're going to go through it together. I'm going to pause it and stuff like that. Let me know. And yeah, let's have a ball, boys. Yup, let's go. Now, everybody here, right? I've actually recorded this gameplay last night and it looks like it's very choppy, and I'm also having an issue with my Streamlabs. Right, so do bear with me while we go through this, alright? And obviously, I think there's frames skipped and stuff. I had to fix something in my Streamlabs, so I think it's fine now. You shouldn't see any more skipped frames when I record. The streams are always fine, so it just caught me off guard. Anyway, so obviously we're having skipped frames and stuff when I record. I had to fix it, and I think I have. So we're going to get through these lovely clips now, alright? And let's start off with the first being Gomez picking up the ball into Mendy's feet, alright, into Valverde, and we spread it back over to the right hand side a lot quicker than, you know, most people would, and over the top ball into Promise. The keeper tries to come out to collect, and a lovely little deft finish from Promise over the goalkeeper's head. That's what you love to see, exposing the space in behind. Right, and then a step up from Gomez into Promise's feet. Back into Pogba, and another over the top ball, boys. They're very good this year. And obviously here comes the big skipped frames. Apologies for that, lads. I know it's horrible to watch, but here we are, back into Valverde's feet, back into Neymar, and we take a shot, and we get really lucky to get even a penalty there. Alright, so I did in fact score a penalty, but I didn't show it on stream or on the recording, because why would I? Anyway, over the top ball, this man has lost all hope in having another shot, so I pull Rashford wide as I could, and he does miss the shot, but I think it was a great move, and it showed how I can manipulate the space into the way I want it as well, using this formation, which is 4-2-3-1. Now Promise on the ball. Basically just doing some left stick dribbling, trying to find some space to get the pass off, which I did in the end. Do bring Pogba back into the centre as much as I could with the directive run. Back into Pogba's feet, into Valverde, kind of mess around with it. And look at this, boys. I'm going to shut up now. Watch this. That is what you call a football goal. And that is how you use the space and use your players' AI attacking to your advantage. I knew that Martial would come inside, and he did that, and more, man. Neymar was so good there as well, and so was I. Anyway, so Neymar has the ball. It's the same game here. Again, sorry for the skip frames. This will be sorted out for the next video. Over the top for Rashford, alright? So that's the lovely link-up play, and that's why I have the cam on basic defense support and not come back on defense, because I feel like he can do a lot of damage on the counter. So a lovely little robot celebration from Neymar as well to go with the day. Now he does try and do a little dink over the top to another striker. It did not work out for him, and then all the way down to Promise, running down the line, the best thing he does for me. And then I do try and find Rashford, but it doesn't work. I get into the feet of Martial, into Valverde, very fortunate with that little touch, and then into Rashford's feet once again, into a little finesse finish. And then obviously he did back out, but my frames keep skipping everywhere. So now my defense is poor there, but I brought the keeper out to, you know, to lower the angle and then covered the square ball so he couldn't really get a shot off or score with the other player. And I got the ball into Rashford's feet and played Martial in, who done a great job of keeping ahead of João Cancelo and keeping Cancelo off the ball and him, and with a lovely little finesse finish into the top right hand corner off the post and in. And then another rage quit occurred. Alright, so you know, you can see what's going on here, lads. You know, we're just kind of seeing down the line and we're kind of looking. That was a beautiful elastico right there, and I did green it, but with the interception I didn't get it off properly. But you know, I'll take a tiny little deft finish into the bottom right hand corner from Neymar there. I would have loved to see that green fly into that corner, but what can you do? Valverde does intercept the ball there, another, and then you can just see, I'm going to pause it here for a second, alright? So you can see how close Neymar and Rashford are in cam and striker there, and I love that because counters are so good with it, alright? And like, I think my team is nicely spaced out. Like, look at the width as well. Like, they're not too on top of each other. I have the options down the wing if necessary, but I feel like the cam and striker can do so much work on their own, you know? So let's play on, and you can see here a lovely little ball into Neymar. Neymar kind of gets off the mark as quick as he can, holds off a defender and smashes it home into the far corner. So that's another lovely finish, and it's another lovely way of showing the availabilities there. He's so afraid of the wings that he leaves the middle open, you know what I mean? And a lovely tackle there from Gomez himself. So Promes gets the ball into Neymar, and a lovely splitting ball for Rashford. As you can see again, they're so afraid of them wingers that it's genuinely impossible to watch the middle as much, alright? So that's why I love the formation. You just have so many options and so much attacking threats everywhere. The ball comes into Neymar and you see it. You love to see it, don't you? Oh yes, that's what you call a football finish, my friends. And that is another lovely goal for Neymar. What a finish, man. A little tiny rainbow flick, or Neymar flick as you like, and straight into the bottom corner. Now I do pull Martial out more left, but that was more of a, you know, a feint. And then I used all the space elsewhere. He did move the keeper the right way, and I got extremely fortunate to get the goal there, but it's not going to stop me from celebrating, is it? Never. Oh yeah, give me a backflip, baby. There you go. And another rage quit to sort me head for the day. Reguilon with the worst pass of 2020 thus far into Rashford's feet, and I do see a forward going way up the pitch, so Martial has the ball at his feet now. And something that you hate to see. Shout out to FIFA analyst, alright? That's his fault, alright? RBNX crosses are his fault. They're very good this year, and I recommend you use them, just not against me, or else if you want to be banned, fine, go ahead. By all means. Alright, so a lovely little tackle in the midfield from Gomez and Pogba. Kind of waiting for the defender to catch up with me, and then letting Rashford go. Rashford with the accelerated fake shot, and then an RBNA across the box into the path of Neymar to strike it home nice and easy. Lovely, lovely finish once again. Another little counter attack, as you will. Alright, and then obviously the Haaland celebration, because people do not like that. Another terrible pass from a defender. Nobody can seem to get out the back these days. Team press can be overpowered as well. I don't use it all the time, but I do enough to make people sweat. And then, obviously, you know, counter attack straight off that. Bang, another goal and another Haaland celebration. That's what you love to see, boys. So I hope you're understanding that by watching this, the kind of plays and the kind of patterns that are going with my attacks. It looks like they're more winged attacks, but they tend to be middle attacks then, you know? So we kind of fake and bluff the wing attacks to then make a central attack, if that makes sense, you know? Like, a lot of them start out here, but none of them really finish on the wings. Look, I'm right in the middle again. You know what I mean? So it's just something to think about. As again, look, we're straight down the middle, too afraid of the wingers, and then we can just attack the middle. And now I love me some skip frames, but oh my god. Alright, I scored. Alright, put it that way. I did score. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen it because of all these damn skip frames, but it did occur. Alright, and yeah, so basically with the 4-2-3-1, you have so many options. You can use the wing. Alright, but you can also just use the wing as a bluff, and then you don't use the wings at all, but you just use the center, and it's amazing that way. Alright, so, and because they're one behind each other, you know, with the cam and the striker, I just think they kind of suit each other really well. And but I do recommend the 5-star skills in the middle is absolutely crucial. I love having the Ram 5-star skiller as well, because you can use the real elastico kind of to your advantage, and get the ball further away from the defender's feet across 2 lines, the byline at the bottom and the sideline. So boys, that's going to be the end of today's video, alright? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. They are my tactics for FIFA 21 4-2-3-1. If you do want to see any other kind of, what do you call them? Formations, do let me know, because I do like 4-1-2-2. I'm going to be streaming at some point on Saturday my 4-1-2-2 Road to Glory PlayStation account. So if you do want to tune into that, do let me know. Boys, it's been Example. Kiss kiss.